Hello, everybody. Just a couple days ago, I was contacted by the family of a missing woman. Her name is Nikki McCain. She's missing out of Redding, California. The last known time that she was seen was May 17th, 2024. So she's been missing for, 3.5 months now? 3 months. There's been no sighting of her. Her truck was found abandoned. And what makes this even very, very concerning was not only the fact that she has 4 kids and a family who loves her, 3 sisters who love her very much, but in addition to that, she had to go to the hospital in December of 2023 for severe domestic violence. I'm going to put some links in the description box. And apparently Nancy Grace also interviewed the sisters recently. And so I'm going to put links to these things in the description box so you can learn more about this case. And now I did this reading for them last night, and I just got it ready. I'm going to put it up. So if you're new to my readings, what it is generally speaking, sometimes I'll hear things, but mostly it's visions. And anything I see can be literal, it can be that thing, or it can also be a name of something. It could be a symbol for something. So you be flexible in your mind, and I would really appreciate those of you out there who are interested in this case, and just those of you who are out there who generally help and sleuth the cases that I work on, to send me anything you get, because I'm going to go over just a couple things and then I'm going to play the reading for you. This case, they showed me over and over and over, and in fact, even ever since the sister contacted me, it was dropping into my head, this Bavarian style building. But you know, in Leavenworth, Washington, if you don't know what I'm talking about when I say Bavarian style, I don't know if it's a lookout tower. I don't know if it's a clubhouse. I don't know if it's a cabin somebody made in the mountains, in the woods. I don't know if it's a restaurant. I don't know what it's used for. I just know that her body can be found in relationship to that. So if you could help me try to find that building, or some of you up there in around Redding or Shasta County might have an idea. If you can email me, I'm pretty sure that I can figure out where her body is in relation, but you can listen to the reading. I'll also just try to describe it for you quickly now. In the mediumship, time and space just don't even really exist the deeper in trance I go. But there's this Bavarian style building. Then somewhere behind it, and like I was you'll hear me telling the sisters on the phone, which they wanted me to put this up, so I'm doing this with their permission. Somewhere behind there, and I don't know if these are man-made stairs or if it's just a way to climb a hill, but it was like you could see like a rock here, rock here, let me see, rock here, rock there, rock there, rock there, like that. So I don't know if someone made stairs that are like zigzaggy, or if that's kind of the trail. And then it seemed like there was like this lookout, and then so probably a little creek near there, and it didn't seem like he may have buried her, but it just, to me, it just seemed like they showed me if cadaver dogs went back there, it would be so easy to find. So if we could find that building, and then somebody could have some dogs go up there, it's like, to me, it's almost like he just put her in maybe some poison oak or poison ivy, or just not super well hidden, I didn't think. I mean, it could be. Oh, and that's the other thing. I'm a psychic medium. The strongest psychic mediums in the world are right about 80% of the time. So you would never expect that I'm going to be right all the time. And in addition, there's what I say, and then how I interpret it. always go back, if you're looking around, to what I said. Because if you have an interpretation that's different, then you could be right, and especially if you're up there. Literally, the reading goes back to this building, with her body being, and I was telling them, that could be right behind the building, or it could be a quarter mile behind the building. But the directional was like behind the building and then just off to the left. And there might be like a little waterfall, a stream coming down. So I'm pretty sure I could find it if we could find the building. So if you can help with that, send me an email. Send me screenshots, send me an email. I will sit there and look at maps and try to figure out a very precise location. But they showed me some dogs could find this. And another thing they showed me was an orange step-side truck. Now, if you remember step-side trucks, those were from like the 30s, 40s, 50s. But this has like newer paint. It didn't look like it was pimped out, like changed, but maybe if someone kept it to its original and sanded it down and had it painted orange. That they showed me that. They showed me somebody who assisted the guy, who totally would talk if he was offered a deal. And he had light brown curly hair. I think most of the pieces went about probably 4 inches long. And they showed me that guy working on things in a metal garage. She kept showing me this buttermilk color. It's like beige with a little yellow in it. That color. It might be related to the color of the building, but I don't know. I just know that she showed it to me like 5 times. So it's there. It's part of it. One time she even showed me a little embroidery hoop that she was, it seemed weird, and a spinning top. Those things, those toys from the 30s and 40s that you put on a table and spin. Everything is a clue. See, that's the thing. Everything is a clue. Now, in here, I do this weird humming. I'm not doing it because I'm trying to think of things. It's not part of the mediumship. She was doing the humming in my head, and I was just copying her. If you can help me identify that song. She wasn't giving me words. It's not a like rock song or a pop song. It's some old classic thing. It's a clue. So make sure to email me if you recognize that humming. Yeah. So just to be clear, because when I'm talking to the sisters, we're talking about, well, could this be a restaurant? I didn't see the inside, and I don't know that it's a restaurant. It literally, because when I kept seeing it, it was almost like wedged up into the mountain. So it's like, could it be a lookout tower someone built that is Bavarian style? Could it be a tourist shop along the road somewhere that's Bavarian style? Either way, it is Bavarian style architecture that they showed me, right? And to me, it seemed like that's what it was. Again, though, everything could be a clue or a name, but I was shown this. I've probably been shown this like 20, 30, 40 times. So could it be a gas station? Could it be a restaurant? Could it be a clubhouse? Could it be a historical building, or like a lookout building? Or like I said, somebody's cabin up there. But if you're local to that Shasta area, you might know. I started last night after the reading, but it was getting late, to look like on the Shasta Historical Society and different things like that for some of these clues. But finding that building is key. Finding that building is key, and her remains could be found, because the police and the DA don't want to risk putting this one on trial, and they want to find a body because they don't want to risk anybody being able to escape justice. So justice for Nikki is the goal here. And as you might know, I demonetized my channel. So I hope you see this. If you don't, if you come across it, maybe you could share it. Just share it to your other social media so it can still keep my channel active. And with that, I'm going to play the reading, and hopefully you guys can help and take care of yourselves. And all right, so yeah, bye. This is a reading for Nikki Saley, and her. Yeah, I got chills on my legs about that. Is Nikki Saley in spirit? Yeah, I got chills on my legs about that. Let's play. I just feel bad. I look at this guy and I'm just furious. I'm furious. Nikki must be mad too because I'm getting big chills on my legs. Let's do this reading before your sisters call, and then I could just kind of tell them, yeah, you got some big chills going on me, Nikki. Must be strong, lady. Okay. I'm gonna talk with Nikki Saley. Nikki Saley, murdered by clearly got a meth problem. Okay. Nikki, dear God, dear spirit guides, my spirit team, I'm calling you now because I feel like Nikki can come through. And I'm feeling like to help her family, just to help her family locate her remains. I'm inviting you, Nikki, so that you can come through before I talk with your sisters. Just, yeah, so I get big chills about that. So we have an hour, and whatever you can show me about where he did, whatever he did. And I do see a dirt road. Okay, I see a dirt road. There's a gouge in the dirt road. So in other words, it's not it's there's a little washout section. That would probably symbolize to me something, I feel like there's a curve. Yeah, I got a chill on my leg about that. There's a curve. Where it curves, I'm seeing trees, yeah, trees. He's just grabbing her by the hair and hitting her and stuff like that. Hitting her, grabbing her by the hair's flying all over the place. I feel like he punches her really hard in the side of the head. He might break her neck. He's definitely doing something to her head. Possibly could even pull it off. So I don't have to tell your sister this stuff. You could tell me, and then and then we could figure out about where he put your body so that he could get in trouble and be held responsible. And and so your sisters could get the closure there. Okay, so I'm seeing that fence. But I just read an article. There was a picture of their property that had that kind of fence. I should learn the name of it, where they have a post and then they have two horizontal posts to the ground and then a vertical post, that fence. So I'm seeing that. Now, that keeps coming into my mind with this. It's like this, I feel like there's like this little, I don't know if you would call it a chalet. Does a chalet indicate that it's an A-frame? I don't see it being an A-frame, but what I see it being is, it's almost like in Leavenworth, Washington, where Bavarian is the name. A little Bavarian place. And I get a little spirit energy. I don't know if it's a cabin. I don't know if it's a restaurant. I don't know if it's a bar. I don't know anything about it. It's just that it's popped into my mind a few times related to this. So I'm just going to ask those sisters. Oh, I got a chill in my leg. I'm going to ask those sisters if they know about this Bavarian place. And what I want to ask is to Nikki, did he put your remains near there? I don't know, I just have to wait for them, I guess. So I'm seeing some stars. Specifically, I'm seeing these stars from a game I played, of these little balloons. But sometimes they'll use something from your thing, and otherwise it could just be brain garbage, and that's kind of what you have to sort out later. Specifically, though, she put it back there, so it's back there again, and so what I would say about it is the color of it is a beige, and then it had this really, really light, and I don't know, I think it's the beige that matters. Should I have a little spirit energy and a little chill about that? The beige matters. Yeah, I got chill on both legs. The beigey color, it's a yellowy beige color. That matters. I feel like, but I don't know, I feel like this little Bavarian building might be like a cabin in the woods, maybe. No, I get nothing. That the sisters will know. I think that, yeah, this a little more spirit energy starts again. The sisters will know when I talk about the little Bavarian building. I'm asking my spirit guides to just put massive, massive energy through here so that we could get answers, and preferably before I talk to these women on the phone, that they don't have to be hearing one bad thing after another. Yeah, I gotta chill. I think that this is what Nikki wants. Nikki wants me to be able to do this ahead of time. She wants to hug them all. She wants to put her arm big. She wants to stretch her arms and put them around all of them. Yeah, I feel like crying. She feels like crying. Oh my God. Okay. We gotta focus. We can't let me cry here, because then it just makes me not be able to do it. Let me see. Just go like this. Show me, Nikki. Show me. Show me. And it goes back to this little Bavarian building. I don't know if there'd be a water wheel there. There could be, though. There could be a little water wheel, too. It's like a little... Someone built it to look like one of these little Bavarian buildings. So if there was a water wheel there, would that mean there was a creek or stream nearby? Probably. Yeah, I gotta chill on my leg about that. I've seen him carrying her body. Past that. I got spirit energy. It's not like big mega chills yet, so I don't want to jump ahead of myself. So don't like hold me to that. But that, okay, I saw that scene, then I'm seeing him carrying her body. Let me just see. I'm trying to be less graphic and stuff, so let me just see. I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna try to go back down, because there's some relationship. I feel like there's some relationship from where he put her remains to this little Bavarian building. I don't know what type of building it is yet, but I think the sisters will know. Oh, boom, then I get a chill again. The sisters are going to know what I'm talking about. So if there's a trail around there, or if there's just a way you go through the woods, because it's almost like you got to step here, step there, so it's not totally smooth. I keep wanting to think it's up in elevation or goes up in elevation. I'm not 100% sure though, so they're going to know when I tell them about the Bavarian building. That's like for sure. Every time I mention it, I get chills. And it's popped since I talked to one of the sisters, I think a day ago, yesterday. It's popped into my head like 3 times. Yeah, I got to chill again. It's popped into my head like 3 times. Is there a little waterfall near there? A little waterfall near there? Feels like a little waterfall near there. I get chills on my legs. So if you go a little past that, where you're like walking and it's stepping from this rock to that rock to that rock. No, maybe a small waterfall. Yeah, so I had a thought, and then I got chills on the thought, so I'll just say the thought out loud. Is if you took dogs to where that Bavarian building was, and then up back behind it, maybe follow the creek up, but off the creek, like 20 feet, and then go up towards where there's the little waterfalls. Bring cadaver dogs all over around there and to that waterfall. And big chills. Gosh, they're my gigantic chills. Gigantic. This is the full clenched down on both legs chills. Cadaver dogs there. I think that it's not going to be so hard to find once they just know what I'm talking about. Okay, let's see what else she wants to show me. He was just clobbering her in the head, just clobbering her. He's not going to let her leave or whatever. You see these men with that they think the woman's their possession again. Okay, let's see, more. Any more details than this? Show me more. Okay, just keep showing me details, because every little thing might help. Dear God, I'm praying, and I got spirit energy about that. Dear God, I am praying, I'm asking my spirit team to just elevate this energy. I got spirit energy on my legs. Just elevate this energy so that we can help Nikki receive justice, so that we can protect her children, so that we can help her sisters, so that we can just help this situation. And I'm praying for help for this, to just really help the situation here. If you I'm seeing like, so if you had a, remember how they used to make a snow cone? Now this isn't about a snow cone, but it's the shape of that paper cup they used to put it in. And then if you're out the wider part, then you're looking down to so there's no snow cone in it, but just like you were looking down into the pinpoint of it. Now that could mean something when you're searching, or it could just mean that, okay, here's a wide area, now we're going to pinpoint the area. That would be an interpretation though, so that's why you got to be open for whatever. Like, I can see the little place. I don't know if it's like a little place that serves food, or if it's a little cabin, if it's a little building, but I feel like the sisters will know. So don't underestimate how far he could have brought her back into there, because if he I looked at his picture and I knew he was into meth before the article even said that. I could just see it on him. Don't underestimate how far he could have carried her, because he could have done it, like, in whether he smokes or not, he could have done a big giant line or something like that, and then had the energy to just do whatever. Yeah, and the article said, okay, so the truck's abandoned. That means he would have had help. Yeah, I got chills on my legs. So he had someone help him do that. I'm going to talk to some family in an hour, and I just prefer to, I got to chill my leg. I just prefer to, if there's some real graphic stuff, to just know what I'm dealing with, so I can, say it a little more gently maybe than I have sometimes in the past. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I feel like the tears again. It feels like she's making me cry. She's crying. She's making me cry. And I think it's related to just the situation. But I would always keep in mind, the way, especially if it's a native area or something, just the name tears as well. Because she gave, and I got spirit energy. So if because there could be like a road that's, road of tears, or, like that. Or it could be that she really is crying. But she also gave me that a few minutes ago. So usually they don't really do that the whole time. So to keep in mind, there could be a name related there. He likes to smoke his pipe and look at himself in the mirror, because now he's got everything. He's got everything. So he feels like he has the one up on her, really. He doesn't feel like, he's not having a bunch of regret, but he's also high on that drug, and it affects him, obviously in a violent way, and in a where his mind's not quite right. Because he's like smoking. It's like she's showing me he's standing in the bathroom and he's smoking it while he's looking at himself in the mirror. And there could be something she's trying to show me. It's like, why would you blow it out your nose? Because everything could be a sign or a symbol of it, or a name of something. That's why, like, you just got to say everything, So he's feeling superior. He's got her tied up while she's still alive. He's got her, like, it looks like he's got her, like, tied in knots, like her whole body tied up, and she's still alive. Maybe that's why. What she's showing me what happened, and then he's just like standing there smoking meth, all, full of himself. I don't really got a lot of spirit energy though. There's just something there, and the scenes could be like unrelated a little. I don't know. Something's not exactly clicking because I don't. The spirit energy dropped a little, so let me just kind of let that one ride as two separate things. So she's showing me herself tied up in the back of the bed of a pickup truck. He did something to her neck. I'm not sure. Like, I've seen a couple things, so like he punched her in the neck too. He was punching her in the head, but then he punched her in the neck. But then she shows me herself tied up. Which when he was punching her in the head over and over, she wasn't tied up then, but I think she collapsed or something. Yeah, I got a spirit energy about that. And then he did something to her neck. And that color again, it's like the color of buttermilk. So she showed me, there was like this one little bloom, but she's showing me the color again. Kind of like the color of buttermilk. I got a little spirit energy. I don't want to apply it to something, but it might mean something to somebody else. She shows me herself walking away from him. Like she's wearing this long black dress. And I saw her in the picture in the article with the puffy coat. So I keep feeling like I'm seeing the puffy coat, but it's really from the picture. And that's kind of how it does if you kind of look at stuff. So just to say that. But she shows me with him and her back, like walking away from him. Yeah, and I got spirit energy about that. So she was going to leave, obviously. And the article even says that. So, but what she's showing me is walking away from him. And he just like, because I see it like there's a kitchen and then there's, yeah, I just got spirit in it. There's a kitchen in the dining room, dining area, or dining room. But I see it and I got a chill on my leg. I see that area like right in the walkway between the kitchen and the dining area. To me, oh, here I got some chills. To me, it would seem, I can't believe if they sprayed that with luminol, there wouldn't be some blood there. Even if it was washed with paint, like down in with the carpet or anything, like, I mean, did they go search the house? Like, I don't know. I don't understand how there could not be some sort of blood splatter being punched over and over in the head like that. She showed me threading something with a needle. I don't know if it's an embroidery thing. If she's going to make me a picture. You know, when, I mean, that used to be kind of a hobby of the past, is like when you have a little embroidery hoop and you do the little cross stitching with the embroidery hoop, or the little, make the little pictures with the stuff. She's looking at it close. It goes back to this barbarian place with like the paddle wheel, little wheel paddle. I feel like her body's near there. I feel like. Just get a little sick feeling. But I got some spirit energy on my legs. More spirit, chills, chills, chills. So they would need to bring cadaver dogs up all in that area. Like, I'm sure they'll know the building. What's this building? I mean, I keep feeling like I can jump up and find it on the map, but these ladies are going to call on it in, let me see, a while. So I can do it after they call. Let's see. So it's a typical thing where some guy thinks he owns her. And if it's any comfort to his mother, the drugs, there are some people who do meth that the drugs are just, it makes them a little crazy, you know. Some people do it and they're not crazy, but some people are, and I got like a chill on my leg about that. But it feels to me more like whoever helped him was another guy. Oh, let's see. Another guy his age or something like that. But I feel like, oh, and now she's showing me a flag that's red at the bottom strip, white, and then blue or green, but when it has some kind of pattern in the middle. It's really about this barbarian place. Is that the same pattern she was giving me before? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. She's giving me chills on both legs. And this is the same exact humming. She do 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 do. I might be doing it a little wrong, because I'm just hearing it in my head, and then. There's no words with it though. That's gonna mean something to somebody because that's the second time she's done it. And showing me the color again, related to that color. It's like a yellow, like if you took buttermilk and made it a little bit more like yellowish, but it's like a dull, like a earthy, that color, or something that color. I don't even know what tune that is, but she keeps doing it. And yeah, to me, I just feel like I want to go to that building, go behind it, walk up someplace where it's like you got to go from rock to rock to kind of climb it or go up there or something like that. And they could be flat rocks where that's made to do that, or they could be a little harder. I just like seeing him carrying her body up there. He's really scrubbed things. I feel like him being back at his house and just like scrubbing things with a scrub brush. Well, specifically, she's showing me the scrub brush. I get also chill spirit energy on my leg. You know the kind of scrub brushes that's like a wooden scrub brush that you hold it with your hand and it has like bristles coming out? Like that level of scrub brush. Because that could be important because that could then have DNA on it. He has a friend that's almost like a brother to him. I'm not saying it is a brother, but it's like around his same age or something like that. And the guy I'm seeing, he has a little curlyish hair, like just medium brown, light brown, actually light brown. I would say more light brown. Very light brown, curly hair. That's who I see helping him. Not helping him during this, but just helping him after. So he thought he needed to start a fire to okay, let's see. Okay, but there's something about it. Like something underneath. I don't know if it's something underneath her truck or something underneath a truck. I'm not sure what she's trying to show me. How I almost feel like or see, but I'm not sure. It's like a branch being stuck up under there. Like there's some she's trying to show me. They could have like ran over a branch and it's from that area more specifically or something, or there's something, but the energy's just dropped, so that's not right. I literally don't know what it is she's trying to show me. underneath there. I don't know if it's like the one that started on fire, if like all you have to do is look underneath to see the alteration or the cut or whatever made that happen. Like, I'm not sure. I'm guessing. I'm pulling out straws because I'm like, I don't understand. She's just trying to show me something underneath a truck. I don't even know what truck for sure. I would have to let this one go because I just don't know. Maybe we can come back to it. You can show me some other thing and show me a different way. Okay. Okay, she's showing me when you take a top. Remember, it's called that was the, yeah, and I got spirit energy. It's called the top, and you spin it on a table. And it spins, and everyone thinks it's cool. How long can you spin it good and make it spin for a long time? Has that like the little needle thing that comes out the bottom? I should look real quick because it's just so centered around this barbarian building. Let me see. Oh my God. I'm praying also if there's any more detail. I'm seeing wooden stairs. Okay, we got 20 minutes. The girls will know, right? The girls will know, though. They'll know which one, right? Now, this is really weird. I'm seeing someone with an older orange step-side truck. You know, like it would be from the 40s or 50s or something. I'm guessing. But, you know, way kind of old. But with a nice paint job on it that's orange. And that could just be a clue. Not saying the person has anything to do with it. I'm just saying that could be a clue. Nikki. As again, I'm praying for my spirit guides to just bring Nikki through really strong, so that we can get as much information as possible. So I'm feeling like walking down wooden stairs. That might help. Now, I did just look at a bunch of pictures. Could that have been placed in my mind? Yeah. So that you always got to be aware of things like that. I got spirit energy about it. But I didn't see any orange step-side truck. I mean, that's out of the blue. So if you know anyone that has any, or, you know, that's another type of thing someone could have parked somewhere. Could mean anything, so just kind of just keep it in your... Anybody listening here, I say this over and over again, anything I'm seeing could also be the name of something, because how I see things is visions, and so you always keep that in mind. I'm just seeing little bears and carved bears, but that just, I mean, that area of the country, you're gonna see stuff like that. So I think that if the people knew his hair might be curly, it might be a little longer than I thought at first. Um, his friend or whatever, or just this guy. Um, this guy, he's in a like garage that's like a metal building, miniature warehouse type of garage. He's working on things there. I feel like if someone just offered him a deal and made him immunity or whatever, he would like spill the beans because he didn't have anything to do with it, and he's already watching the situation, just kind of, you know, he doesn't approve of it. So it's not like he was really wanted to help someone get away with something. He was just trying to help his friend or whatever. His friend asked him for help or something like that. I mean, you know, it could be a relative or it could be anybody. I don't know who the male is. I just know that he's, to me, looks of similar age, and you know, give or take 10, but just looks around the same, except for he has like light brown curly hair. I don't know because I don't want to say for sure. Like that guy, I don't know what he's working on. If he's working on like a chopper or if he's just working on, I don't know. He just works on things in the garage. But really, he didn't really do much of anything, and uh, potentially maybe helped move the truck or something like that. But like if he was given, it would be worth it. I think just give him immunity and have him spill the beans because he's not he has a moral compass more. I feel like I little spirit energy, but it's a different kind of spirit energy. So I don't know if moral compass is right, but I just don't think he approves at all. That's the feeling I get, right, Nikki? She's not. she, I don't think. Okay, so let me just be with her and let's just see, Nikki. Is there anything you can give us related to? I'm seeing a kind of bush, or not bush, but the holly leaves. It's not really holly, but it could be poison ivy too. Now this is about the third time I felt this way, so it's. I'm sure it's. Yeah, I got spirit energy running. It could be metaphorical, but it just feels like. So I'm seeing him holding her body, right? And I'm getting spirit energy, and from there where he's putting her, it's almost like a high high up area or area where you could see off. You could see off into the distance and stuff. Yeah, I got chills on both legs. You could see off into the distance. So yeah. So like when I say, oh, he's holding her body, yeah, I got chills on both legs. Okay. Yeah, I can see it. Just like, why is he up there? See, they could show it to me that way because they're showing, he might have not walked to the edge to look off. It could be that just kind of like, he's showing, and I always wonder, is like, is this where he proposed to her or what? Or something, you know what I mean? But I don't know that. What I'm saying is, okay, they show me he's like holding this limp person, and then I see off all this, but see, that could be that they're just trying to show me, okay, her body's in this area, not technically that he walked to right there and was standing there like that. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like charades. If you've never listened before, it's like charades. You keep a very flexible, open mind. And if I'm describing one thing, again, it could be literal. It could be a name of a place. It could be that. But I keep seeing the same thing. I would be guessing if I said, oh, maybe if they had a Bavarian restaurant they like to go to, and then it's back up behind there, up in the hill up there or whatever. You know what, though? When they try to look for these things, it's harder. So maybe Nikki, maybe my spirit guides and/or Nikki, or Nikki's spirit guides, can be more specific, be very, very specific. There's something about these rocks. Like if you put these flat climbing rocks that almost made a stair or like that behind the barbarian building going up that way. But I don't necessarily know that there's stair. I don't even know if it's a finished path, but it just kind of got that, oh, here's a rock to the right, here's a rock to the left. You go up there. I believe if they didn't waste any time, and I'm getting spirit energy again, if they didn't waste any time, don't wait a month. Do it now so he doesn't go move her or whatever. But just like take cadaver dogs up there and kind of set them loose in the woods up there, go up that thing. And then how far do you think? Is there a lookout there? She's definitely sustained a head injury. And the neck too, but like I'm getting head injuries too. She's riding. She's showing me like writing something, scribbling on notes, and then she rips it off. Scribbling on notes and rips it off. Writing on notes, rips it off. Green. Like pigtails. I'm sorry that happened to you, Nikki. I don't see him burying her. I see him almost just like laying her in the bush or something. I keep wondering, did he throw her off the edge? But it's me wondering. He swings her around by her hair. And then punches her in the face and the head. But it's all right at the kitchen and then to the dining room. So that would be where some blood drops would be. And you know what? If the police already know that and they went in there, then maybe that would be confirmation to them that this location to search is worth searching. And I have spirit energy about that. That this location is worth searching. And maybe that would be their confirmation then. Let me see if it's time. Time to make the call. Let me see. Here we go. Hi, Kay. How are you doing? Good. Did you already add your sisters, or did you want to try to add them? Okay. I got a lot already figured out because this was just kept dropping into my mind. So I'll wait until they're on here. Hi, Chloe. I'm Donna. Yeah, you too. Or else just the one with the kids in the background. The other one could talk because I think you guys are going to recognize this already. Um, um, um. Okay, I'll just wait about the kids, or just make it not on speakerphone or something. It's the second one you signed up. Okay. Um. Okay. So after I talked to Kay yesterday, this dropped into my head like two or three times, and I was like, I felt like it was related. I wasn't sure. And then about an hour ago, I started meditating, and I really felt like I was receiving the information related to your sister. I mean, like I felt like it was her, but I don't want to be so bold, but it's really the location where he put her is related to. Let me see. I got chills on my legs too, so it's right. Let me see it right. The Bavarian building. Um, and I don't know, like I don't know if it's a restaurant. I was trying to look up restaurants a few minutes ago before, and it looks like there is a couple up there. But you know, I also didn't know if it was like, okay, someone built a little Bavarian cabin, or you know, or there's a whatever. So are you aware of like a favorite Bavarian place where her and him might have like to go? Well, see, that's what I don't know, but you know, well, yeah, German. Like, do you know the style Bavarian? I yeah, Bavarian. Okay, so okay, is that all three of you don't know what I'm talking about? Okay, so it's super important because I think her body is near there. Because okay, it dropped into my head three times, and then most of the last hour she was showing me that, and that's just what I didn't know if it was like, okay, did somebody, you know, have a little Bavarian building in the woods or whatever. And so then just like 15 minutes ago, I was like, okay, I'm gonna look at Bavarian restaurants near Shasta, and there are a couple actually. Oh, and I recorded whatever I was getting when I was meditating. So, um, Okay, so I'm assuming it's a restaurant, but just keep in mind it could be some other building. Like, oh, what if there was a little Germantown uh, tourist shop, or what if there was a little Germantown cabin, or just whatever. So don't stick to one thing, but the Bavarian thing is one to stick to, right? The Germantown thing, the the theme, and and then behind that, so distances are not very good on mediumship. So it's like, to me, it feels like it's right behind there, but I would just say it's behind there. Um, there seemed to be some kind of path where you kind of, there's like a rock, and then a rock to the left, a rock to the right. You go up there, like, and I didn't know for sure, like, did someone make stairs that were like that, a rock to the right, a rock to the left, or if it's just that that's kind of the way the trail goes or whatever, like with a boulder to the right and then a boulder to the left and then a boulder to the right, or if it's stair, like I couldn't really tell. And then at the top of it, it looked like there's like a lookout, and from that lookout, I can see like down into the valley, and I could see other mountains. So I felt like it might be presumptuous to say that the altitude is high, but it kind of felt like that I'm up on a hill, right? Because I can see ways, and they show him, and so when they show me stuff, it's all like always like charades. It's not literal. It's so if I see him holding like her and she's, passed, he might not have actually been holding her there, but she's trying to show me like this is around the area. And it felt to me like so easy to find. Like it felt to me like if you had someone like with cadaver dogs or whatever, if you have access to that, which I mean, those people will come out of the woodwork if you're asking. Yeah, I got chills again. They could find her body very easily from that, related to that Bavarian, and I'm guessing, I'm thinking it's probably like I'm gonna sit there a little longer on my laptop and look for. Do you know of any part of that area where it's like there's this little Germantown type area? Yeah, and I mean, I only quickly looked, and then I thought, no, I got to get back to just kind of being in tune, because I was going to talk to you guys. But I saw right away when I put Bavarian restaurants near Shasta, there was two that even had Bavarian names. So I'm going to look too, and see if I could, because it just seems so easy. It just seems like she's not hidden that well, and it seems like literally, if we narrow that down, it's not like there's that many, and then had some cadaver dogs going up that they would find her rather easily. And then I think okay, so I don't know if there's anything more about that. Oh, she kept showing me the color. She kept showing me this color that's like, kind of like the color of buttermilk, a yellowish cream. Yeah, yeah. She kept showing me that color. She did it about 5 times, so it meant something. And I don't know what it meant, but just something to keep in your mind. Because again, anything could be the name of something, or it could be that she's. I'm like, is this your favorite color, or is this you could see a trail that says that, or you could just see something along the way while you're looking. Do you see what I'm saying? That the mediumship is literally like, oh, here's a series of images, and then try to figure out what they are. That's how it works. And then they also she also, I guess I should say this before I forget too. And then he showed me like a guy with light brown hair that's curly, that has, and I don't know for sure it's his truck, but okay, like I think the person who may have helped him after the fact has light brown curly hair, and similar age group, like definitely within probably 10 years of him. She showed me, or they showed me,
It's like a metal warehouse, kind of like he works in there doing stuff, you know, he's that type. And it's like a garage type thing or whatever. I don't know what he does in there, but he does things. And if you figured out who the guy was, who he might know, who looks like that, he might have his hair might be about 4 inches long, and you could just tell it's like curly because a little wave and then the curls at the end. Very light brown hair, because that guy does not approve at all. Like it feels to me like that guy is just kind of washing the situation and like would like that guy to get caught. You know what I mean? Would like her has just been to get caught. Do you know what I mean? So if you could if you could figure out who that was, and then they just offered him, look, we'll drop the charges, just tell us everything you know, he would. He didn't. I don't think he like really realized that this is gonna be like this or whatever. That he wasn't trying. He wasn't realizing what he was getting into, and it would totally be worth that. And then now see, I don't know if this belongs to him, but I saw, and this is really rare. I saw a orange stepside truck. And do you remember stepside trucks, how old those are? Like those are like the 30s, 40s, 50s. Do you know what a stepside truck is? A stepside truck is, well, if you imagine the ones from the 50s where they had a narrower bed, but on the outside of it, there was more of a running rail kind of, you could step up and lean up into the back bed of the truck. But this truck, yeah, so this truck would be, I don't know if it's just restored to its natural thing. I didn't see it all pimped out or anything, but I saw it orange, like with a nice paint job, orange. And you always have, and then was seeing about this guy. I saw about this guy twice. And so I don't know if the truck's connected to him or if it's like, say you were driving around and you saw that. If you were driving around, say, and you're going by these Bavarian restaurants or, and I'm just guessing restaurant, but not positive, but it's definite Bavarian. That's Bavarian. That's 100%. That it's like it was coming into my head for like the last 24 hours. And then when I meditated, and she's showing me that, and it's like her remains are up behind and up the hill from there, behind there, and and so if you saw that driving around, or if you saw that and it looks like, oh, this guy has light brown curly hair and he's friends with her husband or whatever, then that's the guy. Like if the sheriffs approached him and said, look, we'll give you immunity if you just talk, he would. He literally would. He's like wishes the guy would get caught or whatever. And then she showed me this fight that took place between like the doorway of where the kitchen is and a dining area, which I think is a dining room, but it's definitely like a dining area. Like there's a doorway. I mean, it might not have a door, but you know how there's like a frame door hole where you walk through. Do you know what I'm talking about? So it just like him pummeling her, right? Totally pummeling her, and it's like there would be little blood droplets there, like if they sprayed luminol there or something like that. And then I was thinking, well, if they went in there, like don't see why they wouldn't go in there if like someone was missing, but sometimes they just don't. I don't know if they would, but if they did, then it would be like maybe that would be confirmation to the police, um, that they should take this location seriously. And if they didn't go in there, then I mean that's where it happened, and definitely should all be luminol and stuff like that. Oh, and then the other thing was, um, they showed me him trying to clean with this brush that it's the kind that it's like the bigger ones you find in the garage where it has like, it's like a rectangle, like the shape of an eraser, but a little bigger. Um, the old fashioned kind of erasers from this. Well, I don't know if you're old enough to know, but so, okay, it's like 2 inches by 4 inches piece of wood, and then it has big bristles that are about an inch long. And he's trying to scrub all around there with that. But see, that might itself have a DNA in it, that one scrubber brush. But it looks to me like the kind of scrubber brush you have sitting in your garage, not like normally in your kitchen. And that would be to tell the police too. And she was showing me, oh, she was showing me wanting to put her arms around all of you. That's what she was showing me, is wanting to stretch her arms really big and put around you. And then she made me feel like crying, like, and she may have been crying, like, she may have been crying. So, because anything I say, and then I try to interpret it, and where I interpret it is could be wrong. Because later, she also gave me that feeling of crying again too, and again that could be her. But at the same time, they don't usually do that all through. So if you saw anything with the name Tears in it, like say that there's all these dirt roads and trails and this and that, like Trail of Tears, look out, or anything like that, just keep that in mind. It's like you just kind of keep a list of all these things in mind. Um, so, or I mean, it could also be because it was after she was trying to show me like stretching her arms really bigger than regular arms, and putting her arms around you guys, and then that was the first time she made me feel like crying, like she felt like she was crying. Um, but then a little while later when she did it again, I'm like, well, are you, it's like you're so sad about this, or is it a name of anything? That's why I just keep it in mind either way. And then I think that's all I could remember. She kept showing me something about under a truck, but I could not figure out what she was trying to show me about that. I couldn't figure it out. Maybe. I was wondering branch, but then I remember I didn't get chills, or usually like if I'm right on target, I'll get like chills on my legs and stuff. And on the Bavarian building, that's 100%. That is in relation to where her remains are. Like now I'm getting chills again. It would not be hard to find if you locate that. And I'm gonna look a little more too after I talk to you. So it would be pretty easy. Like, have you had people volunteer and say, if you find a place and stuff, we got dogs and all that? Okay. Have you had people volunteer about that? Yeah. So I know it's always getting to kind of walk this line between, like, if you don't do it, well, you could contaminate them. Well, if you don't do it, you might not find her. You know what I mean? That's kind of that's what you're dealing with. Well, yeah, they don't have you take them. They take them because they're handlers. They some people, they take their dogs through training for searching for cadavers. Like if you put out a notice, like, do you got a group on Facebook? Well, once you put the thing out, because that's what they're showing me, is that dogs could go right up there and find her right away. I don't even know that he even buried her. He might have just like laid her in some bushes or something like that. Possibly poison ivy. And because I was seeing like that little shape of the leaf. So she would be I mean, it chills on my legs. And all that means, I mean, it doesn't mean anything to you, but for me, it's when I get like, when I'm 100% like exactly right on, they'll give me like chills on my legs like that. And, They kept showing me like dogs would be able just to go right to find her. It would be so easy. It would be easy for, I like, they didn't show me. I'm not saying he didn't bury her, but they didn't show me a shovel. Usually they'll show me a shovel and they'll show me that, but they didn't show me that. It more like felt like he just kind of laid her in some probably poison ivy, um, and it maybe up near that lookout area. And it's the Bavarian building or whatever it is. It's behind there. Like if you were walking around there, and to me, when I'm in this, time and space is kind of, there isn't really time and space, but it's like behind there, and I don't know if someone made stairs to go up to a lookout, or I don't know if it's not man-made and it just kind of has this thing where you're kind of going back and forth between these big kind of rock boulder things. I'm not sure, but it feels like you go up a little and then there's this overlook, and then off to the right, if you were walking, like if there was some bushes, and I swear they showed me over and over, just dogs would go right to them. So it's like, I'm gonna look up the buildings to see, and see, it's like the one that they show me could not be the exact one because but it could be. So it could be because they're really trying to hammer into me that it's this Bavarian style. So it could be that, or it could be an actual little Bavarian building, but it is 100% one of those, and her body is just up and behind it. It didn't feel like it was like all that far. And the other thing I remember too is, so don't dismiss it and go, oh, he wouldn't have done that much work or whatever, because you really don't know, like, you know, if he snorted a big line of meth or something like that, and then just, because they have a lot more strength or whatever. But so, yeah, it didn't seem even hard. It did not even seem hard at all. But just keep in mind, it might not even be a restaurant. It could be a cabin. It could be a little store. I don't know about that. But, okay, so like if you were driving around and then you saw, like, even if it was a gas station and it was shaped like a little Bavarian place, do you know that style? I don't know what kind of building it is. I'm gonna try to look some more, because it's like it kept coming into my head without even me trying the other day, and then for the whole last hour. I'm just gonna send you this so you know what I'm talking about. This style of building, or it could be a style of building, but I just texted it to you, and that's just been coming into my head nonstop. And then like, well, for the last hour. You live. No, no, because they're trying to give me an idea of something. But the other thing they showed me, which made me think it might be like on a river or a creek, was I saw a paddle, like a little paddle wheel thing, how they used to make. Um, I forgot even the name. They used to make energy. Yeah, yeah, but it's the wheel outside the little house. But see, I don't know if it's there literally, or that she's really trying to hammer in the style of this building. Yeah, Watermill, that's the name. Well, oh, I just got chills. Because what is the building? Yeah, picture it, because she kept giving me chills that you guys would know. That when I told you, you would know. Yeah, no, I'm not saying it's a restaurant. I don't know if it's a restaurant. I just looked up restaurants, but I don't know. Yeah, think about that, because I kept getting, because I'm like, I was trying to get more information, more detail, and I was getting chills on that you guys would know the building. Yeah, do it for sure. And look at this. Okay, see, I'm just gonna give you this so you don't forget. I'm not saying the truck is identical to that, but that's a step side truck, and it's like orange like that. So if you know someone around town or of his friends, or you're talking to any of them, say, does any of his friends that you know of have an orange truck like that? Or when you're driving around looking at the things, if you see an orange truck like that, it could also be a location type thing. Like anything they show me, it could be related to the location. It could be related to what happened, or who helped him, or you know. But I mean, it could be in someone's front yard near wherever the Barbarian building is. Do you remember? You just remember that there's a Barbarian building around, but you can't place it. Yeah, do that, and the police might know too. If you talk to the police, they might know. Does anything about that color make sense to you? Like why she would show me that color over and over? The buttermilk kind of color. Let me see. I don't know why but she did it like 5 times at least. Yeah, and it could even click while you're driving by, and if you see the building that color, so I'll put that, and then see was there anything else. The guy, the person friend of his. Okay, so this is because sometimes, like with the police, if there's something to them when I tell them, like say if I talk to a cop, they take me really seriously when I've telling them stuff they already know but they haven't released to the public. So if they already know that there's like blood droplets in that area, like right between the kitchen and the dining area, and they've already kind of got that but they haven't mentioned it to anybody, if you tell them that I said that, they're much more likely to listen to you about the Barbarian building. And they drive around all the time. They might have an idea just by listening to that. And I can also send you, I just got to edit 1 or 2 things out, but I can also send you the recording because I was recording while I was meditating. And do you want me to just cut out the part where I talked about him? I mean, it's not, I don't go into massive detail. I just saw him hitting her in the head and stuff like that. And you can give it to them and just say this lady's, because I have that YouTube channel, and just say this lady has provided information on like even the FBI on this case in Idaho. They actually submitted my essay I wrote. They submitted it as evidence into the court. But yeah. So okay, I'll do that. And I'm before it fades out of my head, I want to look. But yeah, the cops might have an idea just from listening to that where I'm talking about. And like I said, don't hesitate about the dogs because if they don't find her, then they're saying they don't have a case unless they find her. So it's to say, don't have dogs look for her, but then they don't find her themselves. And if you do put that up in your group, like if you put the YouTube thing up in your group, the other thing is that I have so many listeners that what they do is they'll sit there on every clue I give and they'll research everything and then they email me all the screenshots of everything they find. And I have a group on Facebook too. I'll share it in there. That's what they do. So okay, I'll do that, and then hopefully we'll get something, and I'll see if I get anything else. I'll text you. I would appreciate that because if you find the building, then I might be able to find the path, and I might be able to find the overlook because sometimes things look like, I mean, time and space is the one things when you kind of go into that altered state where there is really no time and space. So I'm just like, it's right behind there, but what if it's a quarter mile behind there? You know what I mean? So if you find the building for me, I can keep looking at the areas and try to find all the other stuff I saw. Yeah, well, I know how that feels. That's the story of my life. So yeah, do that. Okay. Well, thank you guys, and yeah, if I can be of any more help, if just let me know. Okay, 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 bye. Sure, anytime.